1 Timothy chapter 1. Now we get into some very small letters now, ones that have not played a tremendously significant role in a lot of people's thinking. But there's again a very important passage here in 1 Timothy chapter 1, which has been used again to talk about this question. Is this a letter of Paul? Well, there's a huge argument about this, of course, in scholarship. It may be a post-Pauline letter that is written by one of Paul's disciples. Who knows exactly? We don't know. But that's not a terribly significant question because it now is canonical. Of course, it was added into the Bible early on. 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 3. I urge you, as I did when I was on my way to Macedonia, to remain in Ephesus so that you may instruct certain people not to teach any different doctrine. Well, that sounds like Paul. Yeah, that's for sure. And not to occupy themselves with myths and endless genealogies that promote speculations rather than the divine training that is known by faith. Now, this kind of language is interesting, isn't it? I hear this language all the time in the church. Don't waste your time with those silly little things, you know. Let's get down to the basic stuff. Meat, not milk, as Paul puts it, or somebody puts it in the Hebrews. But the aim of such instruction, verse 5, is love that comes from a pure heart, a good conscience, and sincere faith. Some people have deviated from these and turned to meaningless talk, desiring to be teachers of the law without TV comes to mind here, but I'll try to resist if I possibly can. Desiring to be teachers of the law without understanding either what they're saying or the things about which they make assertions. Oh dear, things are coming in my mind that I will not share with you. Now we know that the law is good if one uses it legitimately. This means understanding that the law, we're talking about Torah here basically, the word in Greek is nomos, but the word behind it, I think the Hebrew word Torah, which means teaching, instruction. This means understanding the law is laid down not for the innocent, but for the lawless and disobedient, for the godless and sinful, for the unholy and the profane, for those, oh gosh, look at this, for those who kill their father or mother, oh dear me, for murderers, fornicators, here it comes again, sodomites, slave traders, liars, perjurers, and whatever else is contrary to the sound teaching that conforms to the glorious gospel of the blessed God which he entrusted to me. Now, this disciple of Paul, or Paul himself, of course, always has lists like, now, what's the word translated now? Sodomites. Here's the word in Greek. It's not the same word. It's not arsenokoites this time. It turns out to be the word malakos. Malakos, M-A-L-A-K-O-S. Literally, the word malakos means soft. Now, of course, when we think about that, we think about effeminacy maybe, if we're thinking about human beings. They're soft, you know, they're limp-wristed, like we used to say, nasty days in the past. But of course, this is not the same thing today in a kind of moral sense. It just means soft ones. It's translated sodomites, NRSV. It first appeared in the King James Version, I might add, the word sodomite. It's not in Hebrew. It's not in the Greek text. It just means soft. Now, what could it mean? Well, I'm not sure. Again, it might have something to do with sexual exploitation of some kind. But why would they translate the word soft, sodomite? That goes an awfully long way, doesn't it? Way beyond just the general meaning of a term soft. I mean, I don't even quite know what it means again. Murderers, I know what that means. Fornicators, I dare say. But then, soft ones. Well, who's that? I just don't know. Slave traders, liars, perjurers, whatever else is contrary to the sound teaching. Again, notice the list, how inclusive it is about all kinds of behaviors, once again. But this word, I just think it's a dreadful misreading to read this word sodomites here. It simply is not that. I just know what the word means. I don't know. Isn't it astonishing how now we've seen twice words, 1 Corinthians 6, 1 Timothy 1, that have been used as clubs to reject a group of people when the words aren't understandable. I find that incredible. Why? Why would they do such a thing? I don't know. Don't know. But it's clear. Anybody can read. If you can read the Greek text, you can see this. It's not like it's magic or something.